Allied destroyer coordinates received. Allied destroyer has joined squadron.
All hail the Chino Lords.
Bro.
How you doing, Chino?
Fucking blowing shit up.
Do you guys remember in Army of Two where you could like slap your partner?
Mm-hmm. Thought about that game in a while too.
I don't think that feature would last in any game for a long time.
Like
Just
sexual
come up and
assault video games.
yeah, slap your slap your teammate upside the head.
Dude, I want a chest bump emoji next.
Oh, come here, come here. What are you doing? I thought you were
I
gonna
don't know
leave me
which.
hanging.
I think Gino's. I think he's looking at something. Maybe he walked away for a minute.
Dude, Chris, you ever had a boss you just didn't like?
Yes.
How'd that go?
My last boss at Target.
Oh man, what happened?
Greetings,
She was just an airhead, bro.
War awaits.
Oh, she was an airhead.
Yeah, instead of just being a fucking asshole, she was just an airhead, which made the job even more miserable than somebody who's an asshole.
She was just
Because
stupid.
they just don't get it. We're gonna do it this way instead. It's like, okay, but there's still not enough people to do that. Oh, really? It's like, oh, fuck. Like, this is what we've been talking about for the last week. Oh, that's right. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh my god. Yeah, dude. Like, she was a nice person, but like,
Was she like
not
a
when you're at
Francine or
work.
worse?
No, like a Francine, dude, just completely oblivious to stuff. Until like after a bunch of us left, she had to do like her department's job, which was what we did. She had to do it with like one other person at night, and I guess after that, because one of the people that still works there now, I guess after that, she basically was like, Jesus, no wonder those guys complained at night with the morning people, and we just didn't get that they couldn't do it at night. And it was like, fuck, like, it
You
only took you like
idiot!
6 months to finally come to that conclusion.
You idiot! Oh my god.
Literally. It was awful. It was awful. Like, even the lady that was my lead,
Mhm.
she came to me like one day. She was like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I was like,
Oh
"Yeah,
my god.
what's wrong?" She was like, "I'm not mad, but like the like Charity and them." I'm like, "What is it?" And she's just like, "Just be honest. Like, what goes on at night? Like they give me this story, but like I don't know if I really believe them." And so I told her, I was like, "Listen, this is how it works. Like, there's no night staff. There's sometimes 2 to 3 of us for the rest of the night till 10 o'clock."
Yeah.
She's like, Jesus. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, so imagine like 3 people, and you still have to take 2 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute lunch break.
And a lunch
And you
break.
have
Yes.
different. Right. I was like, and you have the pickup orders that come in. So somebody has to only do pickup orders, which means the 2 other people are trying to do the rest of the shipping orders that go around the store. She was like, Jesus. And I was like, dude, work one night shift with me. I was like, and you'll know. And she was like, no, I'm going to close with you tonight because I want to see. Sure enough, dude, after that shift, she was like, Jesus. She's like, I don't know how you guys have been doing this at night. And I was like, thank you. Like, I'm not trying to bitch and whine. I'm just tired of everyone else bitching and whining at us. Like, our department's like #1 enemy out there. Like, I was like, it's crazy. And she was just like, I was like, plus somebody has to sit in the back and box, which is what I ended up doing because you had to know how to box
Do
everything for
everything.
ship.
Box it good.
So
Can't just
I would
box it
only run a
anyway.
cart when somebody had to go like on a break or a lunch break. And so like you really had 2 people trying to do store orders going out like for pickup and then somebody doing cart runs to bring back to me to box to ship out. And so like you had 3 people, that was it, at a station. And she was like, God, okay, I get it now. She's like, I'll talk to them and stuff. And they still didn't get it after that, dude. They were just like, yeah, but if you guys would do this, that. And finally like my lead was like, no, you don't understand. There's not enough people at night to do 1,200 shipping orders.
Dude,
Like, there's not.
did you tell him like I wish there was more of me?
Oh yeah, I used to bitch all
Did
the
you
time. I'm like, dude, is
like I
there
wish there was
any
more of me
way?
so I could
is there any way you get more people onto the night shift? They're like, yeah, but nobody wants to work nights. I'm like, okay, well then the morning crew has to pick up whatever's left. I'm like, I'm sorry, like we're closed at 10 o'clock. Like if anything, if I work right up till 10, I get bitched at because it's like, Target won't pay you overtime. I was like, we have to close the garage, we have to lock the truck back up, we have to clean up the boxing areas, get boxings down to the morning staff. I'm like, there's all kinds of shit at the end of the night the morning people don't have to do. And they were like, oh. And like finally after we left, like she finally got it finally. And I was laughing so hard when my buddy Cody told me that. I was just like, Jesus. He's like, yeah, so they didn't care as much about the end of the night of getting priorities done and shipping and yada yada yada. And I was like, oh yeah, because they realized like it was okay to carry over to the next day because shipping doesn't go out till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Target was wild, dude. That was the first time I had a boss that was like completely oblivious. Like I was just like, she even asked me one day. She was like, "Do you not like me? Like you never want to talk to me?" And I straight up looked at her and I was like, "No, I don't have a problem with you." And she's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, you are in charge, so
Yeah.
you run it." Plus, she had to do some other departments as well, and I kind of felt like that was bullshit. I even told her that. I was like, "Look, like, I just don't think like they realize how much this particular department needs focus and like somebody all the time." I was like, because it's crazy. I'm like, there's 4, like I guess you'd call them little general managers on. I was like, during the daytime. I'm like, I don't know how nothing gets done in order to like take some pressure off the night crew. Dude, sometimes I get to work, David.
Dude.
And I would literally walk in and Cody would be like, hey, you're going to hate today. And I'm like, why? What's going on?
You fucking
He'd be like,
assholes.
he's like, well, they unloaded the truck, but they didn't put anything on shelves. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? He's like, yeah, so if there's some items that come up,
dude,
he's like, you're going to have to go in the back and dig for them. And I was like,
I want to make a YouTube video when night shift meets the day shift. They're like, you motherfuckers, dude.
Dude, because sometimes I'd work mornings too, and I would get there, and they'd be like, and then finally, like one day I snapped, and I was like, I don't know what you guys bitch about. I'm like, you guys take and put stuff out on the shelves, and whatever you don't put out, I was like, we have to hunt for it at night. I was like, so when everybody's complaining about like nothing's been restocked, I'm like, you guys got nobody to blame but yourselves because there's not enough people here at night to do everything. Dude, one lady got so pissy with me that I was just like, I really don't care.
Oh, dude. So right now, okay. So
I'm like, you have one section you do, which is just the baby department. And I was like, you don't have to do anything else. I was like, so I don't know why you're upset.
Dude, Chris, so like right now, I'm kind of like, when I work, I kind of really don't bring no emotions into the job. I'm just like, hey, I'm here to work 8 hours a day. But my boss, he's kind of really irking me. He's pissing me off a little bit. Like, oh god. Like his first day there, I told him I like to have my breaks. I like to have my morning break. I like to have my lunch, and then I like to have my afternoon break. And I was like, I don't give a shit. I want my breaks. And then he's all like, what do you do on your lunch? And I was like, what do you mean? What do I do on my lunch? I was about to tell him that's none of your damn business.
Lunch on their lunch, but
it's like, dude, I want to be alone for an hour. I want to be away from you for an hour. I want to be away from everybody for an hour. Like,
maybe I want to take a shit in peace and not.
Dude, like for reals. Don't ask me what I want to do on my lunch. That's kind of like too much. And then I left my computer open, and the guy hops on my computer and starts going through my emails, and I'm like, dude, this is your first day here. We're not off to a good start. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck you came from, but that's not normal.
Dude,
behavior.
There's times at Target where like I wouldn't take a 15-minute break. And like I never told like the managers that because they'd freak the fuck out. But like some of the like higher leads knew. And like one of the cool leads, he came back, he asked me, he's like, you wouldn't take a 15-minute break? And I literally looked at him, I was like, let me break it down for you. I'm like, you're doing 2 other people's jobs because we don't have staff there for that department. I'm like, they're doing it. I'm like, if I take a break, I'm like, we'll have carts stacked back here because nobody will pack.
We're gonna be dead. We're gonna be dead.
Oh fuck! And I'm like, look, I'm not gonna say anything. I was like, if you don't say anything, I was like, but I'll take my last 15-minute break. If you're cool with that, like that, I'll make that deal. And he was like, fine. He's like, but you have to take your last 15.
You have to.
And your lunch break at least. And I was like, well, yeah, the lunch break, because you have to clock out for that Target. Like they track that shit.
Dude, Chris, so you know how like important that is, right? My boss.
The lunch break, yeah.
Yeah, my boss told me we're not clocking in and out no more. And I was like, what does that mean? He was like, don't worry about it. I'm keeping track of all the time in my head. And I was like, that doesn't make no fucking sense to me at all. And then,
No, see, I don't think you can do that. I don't think that's legal. Like, you
dude,
can't.
like, what the fuck?
I mean, unless you work at a state job where you're like, hey, I'm gonna take lunch break. I'll be back in, like 30 minutes. And if it's like 1 o'clock, it's like, oh, okay, so you'll be back at 1:30. Like, it's different if you have a verbal thing, but like, if you work for like a company, they can't just be like, well, we're keeping track of
Well,
you
I
for
work
you.
with the
It's
Washoe
like,
tribe. So I work with the
oh,
Washoe
you work
tribe.
with the tribe?
Yeah, so I'm doing recreation assistant. But my new boss comes in and, he's just
Wait, are
kind
you
of,
even native?
dude, he is native. I think that's how he got his job. So he's just, dude, and he bosses
Are
me
you
around.
Navajo, sir?
He bosses me around and makes me do everything, bro. Like he'll tell me, like he'll be like, "Oh, I'll buy us teas," and I'm like, "I don't even want tea. This is like a half hour out of our
No.
day."
You
And
should just
then
be firm with him. Just be like, look, dude, I'm here to work. Like, there's no bribing agreement, no reward, no get. Like, we're here to do a job, and that's that. And if you
let's
can't
do the
do that, like,
job,
I'll
bro.
fucking go to the tribal council and I'll fucking bitch and whine to them about you.
Maybe I should, dude. Maybe if he keeps pushing it, the next tribal council, I'll just come up and be like, "Hey, I'm having an issue with my supervisor. I didn't want to bring this up to him. I just want to bring it up to you guys and him, because he's
Dude,
part of the council too."
because my airhead supervisor, she would do the same thing. She'd be like, oh my gosh, if you guys get all these carts done, I'd requisition like a soda off the shelf. I'm thinking like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, like I buy a black coffee on my last break to get me through like the
Dude, and
last like hour and a half of a shift. Like, I don't need to be bribed to do my job. You know what would be awesome is if everybody else would just leave us the fuck alone so we can attempt to do our job.
my boss, he was all like, "Dude, if you don't take a lunch today, you could come in later tomorrow." And I'm like, "Dude, that doesn't
Yeah,
help
I
me.
don't
It doesn't help me
know.
because I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. If job
Yeah.
starts at 8, I don't want to be sitting around digging around for 4 hours. I want to go to work. Doesn't
No, I
benefit
don't.
me to work 8 straight
I
hours."
used to hate that shit. Like, oh, you could come in later tomorrow. It's like,
Hey,
no.
Tanner,
Hi.
we're just talking about supervisors. You ever had a boss you
Chino,
didn't like?
Oh,
Chino's having that
God,
right
dude.
now.
I'm fucking going through it.
Oh no shit, dude! Me and
Yeah.
you are
Yeah,
going through
dude.
it right now, bro. We're in
Yeah.
the same boat. I want to just strangle my boss.
Oh, dude, I want to fist fight all of my bosses.
Is this a thought crime? Are we committing a thought crime?
We need a
No.
podcast about this right now.
Oh, just our characters standing here?
Yeah, they
dude.
just chit chatting in the breeze.
You're here. The galaxy awaits your salvation.
But yeah, Chris, what you were explaining sound like a fucking nightmare, bro. Sounds like
Like,
you're
I've
going
had
to
a-
war with
The bugs
boxes.
swarm across this
Dude,
planet.
like,
Choose where to make your stand.
and then the other semi-general manager lady, dude. Like, she was nice and I could go to her stuff, but sometimes if she took over, like, if she was the only one there, she would, like, pull people from different departments to fill holes, and
Dude,
it was
come
just
on.
like, and she'd be like, but
How
we need
hard
somebody
is
here.
that?
It's like, okay, like, I agree, but, like, so-and-so's never worked in that department. Oh, really? And I'm like, yes, they don't know what they're doing. There's no help to anybody. Well, would you prefer they go back to your department? Like, yeah, because they work in my department. Like, yeah, I fucking would prefer that.
Yeah, it would be better. What kind of question is that? Would you prefer some help? Oh, please. Could you offer that? Is that allowed?
Dude, and then when I worked for the helicopter parts guy, I never knew with him, dude. He was like peaches one days and fucking black licorice the next day. It was just like, I never knew. You're like, the fuck am I, what's happening? Like, who's this guy? And he would freak out on like parts. Like, I need you to go look for this part in the warehouse. I'm like, okay, I've looked in 5 different boxes. I'm like, there's thousands of parts in one box. So then he would come down and find it. And I'd be like, yeah, but you packed the box. I'm like, you told me to look in this box. And he's like,
You've
oh,
also
well, I
been
guess
doing
we should
this
have
your
looked
whole
over
life.
here.
I've been doing this my whole life.
Dude, and then he had a truck deliver parts to us, right? And he was like, I need you to unload the truck with the forklift. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, and I didn't even know we were getting a shipment in. And I'm looking at the truck, and I'm like, dude, this truck's not high enough to meet the load gate.
Yeah, what the
He's
fuck?
like, no, it's fine. He's like, it's made in a lip. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, the minute I roll into there. The truck's gonna take the weight of the forklift, and I'm not gonna be able to get out. He's like, it'll be fine. Sure enough, dude, I pulled into this truck, and the whole truck sank a foot.
No, dude, no.
And so I had to build blocks inside the truck that met the fucking load gauge, so I could get out with the fucking forklift, dude.
I bet they blamed you, huh? They're like, Chris, you idiot.
When I got out, he was just like, well, what are we gonna do with these crates? And I was like, don't we have a hand truck? And he was just like, no. And I was like, well, I think you're gonna have to get a hand truck, because like, there's no way these types of trucks can be unloaded with the forklift. He was like, but we did the other one just fine. I'm like, yeah, because it was a semi-trailer. Like there's no suspension. It met the height requirement. Like, Jesus Christ, I fucking hate these trucks. I'm like, you're the one that fucking did this. Like,
dude, and my
I
boss
never knew
today,
him, dude.
my boss today, he was all like, it must be pretty hard seeing your ex-boss, huh? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, Philomena, your ex-boss, she works on the Carson Colony? I was like, no. He was all like, really? You guys that whole time and you guys never bond? I was like, I never knew her on a personal level at all. I was like, I never knew any of my bosses on a personal level. I was like, in fact, I think we should know a lot less about each other. And then he didn't like that. He did not like that. I was like, oh god. I was like, it doesn't take
if I
two
see you in the
people-
street, I won't even wave.
Yeah, it doesn't take two people to go buy a flag. I swear to God, I told him it doesn't take two people to go buy an American flag, and he was like, "No, we could burn time." And I was like, "That sounds like the most stupidest shit I've ever heard." But okay, you want me to sit there and hold your hand the whole time?
So
Or
you wanna burn time, but you want me to like skip my lunch so I can come in later tomorrow? Like,
dude,
what?
right, Chris? Like, right? Like, are you fucking with me? Did someone drop you on your fucking head? And he's like, on my head? Yeah. He's like, how's someone gonna drop me on my own head?
Did he really just quote
Are you
Bad Santa?
fucking with me?
No, dude, no. I quoted Bad San. Like, that's how it feels like I'm talking to.
Oh my god, that's so
Are you
bad,
fucking
dude.
with me?
Yeah, are you fucking with me? Is this all serious? Like, no. Hey, are you fucking with me? Jesus.
Then I had a neighbor down the street. Like, he owned a bunch of businesses in Tahoe. He's like, I need somebody to really water the plants and yada yada. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess I can do it. He was like, well, I'll pay you. And I'm like, okay. Bro, fucking always hated how I would water.
Oh, fuck up, baby.
He's like, I just don't think you're watering this enough. And I'm just like,
Are you fucking
I'm like, dude, it takes me like 3 hours to water your house because I'm fucking soaking everything. I just don't think you put enough water on these certain plants. And I was just
Dude,
like,
3 hours?
oh my god. You get a fuck ton of plants, and it was just
That
one of those
is
things of
fucking
like,
crazy.
Well,
I got shield backpack for us. Northwest. Oh, you got a backpack on.
this is here.
Are we fighting bugs?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're doing bugs.
Damn it, I should have brought the
Adam?
shoddy.
What'd your mom bring?
Gelada.
Oh, I thought
Nice.
you brought the Kron. She's like, I got the Kron right here.
Tanner's all method man on how high. He's like, hey, do you got a little bit of sun? He's like, never mind. Whoa, Tan. You are
I don't know
fucking
how
outta
that
here.
killed Tanner. We literally were standing right next to him.
War, dude.
Tanner, what kind of gun do you have? A shoddy?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Not the
just
dog.
picked it up.
Oh, Tan.
Rare
He knows
sample
gonna happen.
collected.
You're not letting shit off. Don't even think about it.
I'm on the terminal. This sample should greatly aid in the war effort.
Hey, David, they're letting us use the gas for free for some reason, so if you got a gas you could use.
Requesting orbital.
Calling gas in right now because Jesus.
Oh, because they really want him to exterminate him.
Calling in orbital strike.
I don't know. It just came up to use.
Mag's empty.
Dude, are
Oh.
you kidding me? These fucking hunters today have just been so fucking gay.
Coming in.
Reinforcing.
Must have fell off.
Getting sick of them, to be honest.
New mag.
He's down.
I'm on it.
One more, buddy. You're there.
I'm on it. I'm on the terminal.
Pumps are activated. We're almost there. Look at this guy. I wonder if he hit his boss.
You gotta get out of there. You know what? I'm tired of this guy.
You know what? You guys don't have to hang back. I'll be fine.
Sending in an eagle. Requesting orbital strike. Tagging map. South. 200 meters. New mag.
I found something.
Got a sample. Rare sample acquired.
I do declare. I found
What's
something.
going on with your bosses, Tanner?
Oh god. So I got a call from my foreman this morning saying that one of our
Sending in an eagle.
supervisors like has it out for me, right? And it's basically because I didn't clean a refrigerator and microwave on Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? Like just wipe it down on the outside, yada yada. And like I didn't really, like I was told to do it, and like I cleaned the fridge, right?
Requesting
Cleaned
orbital
the
strike.
fridge. Oh,
Yeah.
but I didn't do like the microwave or anything like that.
Yeah.
And like some performance is telling me like, dude, he sounds fucking
Last
pissed,
reload.
blah blah blah. And I'm over here like, dude, like,
Throwing supply beacon.
why are you guys so fucking obsessed with like, dude, like they are so obsessed with like
Calling in
cleaning
reinforcements.
shit.
Yeah,
And
cleanliness.
I'm like, I get it, right? I get it, right? But we're doing construction on a house. Okay,
Sample should radiate in the war.
like
Yeah.
the homeowners aren't even there. You know what I mean? This is their vacation house.
Yeah.
And like, it,
Dropping a pin.
That's what
Southeast.
sucks about
Okay.
working with rich people.
and like, I get that like keeping stuff clean and shit, but I'm like, dude, the final isn't for like, the final inspection for this place isn't for like another
The sample should
2
greatly
weeks
aid
to
in
a
the war
month,
effort.
dude.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, that shit will get cleaned. There's more important stuff that needs to be done than
Reloading.
fucking wiping down a refrigerator that nobody's fucking using. You know what I mean?
That is just so stupid, bro.
Like, I guess he was like fucking pissed about it.
Yeah.
And like, so like there's like a company meeting on Wednesday, right? And like, if that shit gets brought up, I'm like, I'll start cleaning when your supervisors make sure we have everything we need for work.
Yeah.
Because there's been days where like I haven't gotten a full day of work because we don't have all the materials, and it's not like a 1 day notice thing, right? It's like they know what we
They
fucking
know
need.
what we need.
I just killed the Straker nest. No, I need to go back to that.
And like one of the supervisors, like he shouldn't be a supervisor. He's just a supervisor because his best friend owns this company, right?
Yeah.
His best friend is a general contractor. Like that's the only reason he has the job that he has, right?
For real.
And so like,
Fucking lame, man.
and so me and my foreman, like the dude that I'm an apprentice under, like we were doing the siding and the trim and blah blah blah, and like we needed a certain set of nails because like to just match the siding, and so they like silver nails wouldn't be just like noticeable on the siding, right? And so this motherfucker like gets the nails right, completely wrong fucking color, dude. You needed brown head, but he gets fucking red. And so like
Specify
one day,
nails,
like
and he gets the wrong one.
that's like yeah, like that's all we needed to finish this fucking little part of the job that we're on. And like,
I bet he blames
so
you.
we go to return them, and like, we get like the receipt or whatever. And he had bought them a week prior to when we got them, so they were sitting in his truck for a week, dude. Right? Even though they were the wrong ones, like we could have at least like figured out a week beforehand. You know what I mean? So we're not missing work because you grabbed the wrong fucking nails. Not only are the wrong nails, dude, they're like $400 a box.
Jesus. That is way... Yeah, dude, that's way too big of a mistake to be making. And that's the guy who's best friends with the guy who owns the company?
Yeah.
What a dickhead.
Like, dude, that guy gets away with so much fucking shit, dude.
He's like my boss. So he told me today, he was like, be at the building at 8 o'clock sharp. So I was there at 7:50, and then he texts me and says, I'll be there in 20 minutes. I'm like, okay.
Requesting orbital strike.
And then the guy doesn't show up until 9 o'clock. And this is a job where we're supposed to clock in at 8 o'clock, and they were bitching at us and getting so mad at us that they're like, you guys need to start clocking in, because we don't trust you guys to keep time. And then this guy's like, we're not doing time clocks no more. In fact, I'm keeping track of time in my head.
It's like, no, dude, I'm not letting you just keep my hours in your fucking head. That's crazy.
That is crazy, right, Janet? And this guy's my boss and on tribal council, so double boss. You guys didn't hear the worst part about it either. And I was telling him, I was all like, because he was all like, I'll give you overtime if you drive down here tomorrow and pick up flowers for the res, or for this funeral.
Like,
and I was
is
like,
it overtime? Because like, you probably wouldn't even have the other time.
yeah, and I was all like, so you want me to come down from Gardnerville to Carson to pick up flowers and bring them down to the community building for your guys' funeral that you guys want to pay for the flowers for? That is the Stewart Council's job to deliver, and you want me to do it on my free day? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, and that doesn't sound weird to you? And he's like, no. And I was like, well, that just sounds stupid to me, because that sounds like a huge waste of my time.
So, dude, I'll do it if you pay for my gas and give me overtime hours.
And he was all like, 3 hours overtime, and I was like, no, that's not worth it. And then he was like, why? And I was like, because I'm a single male in America. I was like, they hate me. I was like, you know how much they're gonna tax me for 3 hours overtime?
Yeah, you won't even see it in your paycheck. You'll
Dude,
go out and tax
and he
it.
doesn't believe me. And he was like, if I had
I
1
know.
hour overtime, half hour overtime, I'll take it. And I was like, well, good for you.
I used to fight with that about the state. They'd be like, can you just do this? I'm like, dude, I already work 10-hour shifts. Like, all that's going out in taxes. Like,
Yeah.
why would I give you guys extra
It's
time and
over.
money?
It's over.
He didn't believe me until he did the math one day and he was like, holy shit, you're right. Doing overtime doesn't do anything. And I was just like, yeah, Josh.
I told him the only way
Like,
to
how do
make
you
a
not know
difference
that?
if this is 10 hours overtime, 20 hours overtime, 16 hours overtime.
I even told him, I was like, the reason you think it's worth it is because you get paid $5,000 at the end of the month. I was like, I get maybe $2,000.
Yeah, exactly.
And he was just like, well, I guess that's true. I have a bigger check, so I don't really. I'm like, yeah. And I was like, and if I were you, I would start looking. So everybody thinks like when you hear overtime, people are just gonna get
Yeah,
wet about
just
it.
jump
It's
on
like,
it, yeah.
no.
I'm like, no, it has to be
It's like I get to work more than I've already worked this week.
And I
Sick.
told him money isn't everything, bro. And he was like, so you wouldn't like suck cock for like $10 million? I was like, no. I was like, no amount of money. I'm not doing that.
Dude.
You would too?
$10 million.
David, you should have just like, you should have looked at it and been like, well, now I know how you got to this job.
Yeah, you went straight to the company. Tanner said he would for 10 million.
Dude, I
Okay,
think
Tanner.
you'd be stupid to not.
Tanner, I'm gonna ask you a
$10
question.
million to put a penis in your mouth, dude.
Tanner, I'm gonna ask you a question right now that I
You know
asked
what I mean,
my
dude?
Tanner. So I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked my boss. What's the least amount? What's the least amount?
$1 million.
Bombs aren't.
You know what his limit was?
What?
100,000.
Oh, he's gay.
Dude, he asked me, he's like, who would it be though? And I was like, whoever you want it to be.
Dropping a pin. Northwest. On.
Should have looked at him and been like, your dad.
Close.
I was like, it could be whoever you want it to be, dude.
How do you like that, Dad?
Said I wouldn't make anything of myself. What do you think of it now? 100 grand to put your wiener in my mouth.
Yeah.
Even his dad would be like, dude, you're gay.
And he was like, and it had some Brad Pitt. And I was all like, I don't think no one's gonna pay you 100 grand to suck Brad Pitt.
Like, I don't think Brad Pitt wants you to suck his wiener. There's way more handsome men that would suck his wiener. Let's be honest, dude. You know, if he's gonna make that bet, he might as well pick the one.
Like, come on.
I think you're setting your standards a little bit too high.
Like, that would be an honor for someone to pay you $10 million.
Oh shit! Watch out! Back up, David.
But why would he want that?
Why do I want $10 million?
No, why would Brad Pitt want that? I feel like he's forced in that situation. Tanner's gonna do this
Your
for
boss
$10
is
million.
just like, give me $10 million right now.
But like, still, you know what I mean? Like
It's too
if
much.
it's Brad Pitt, he's gonna be like, well, why would I let some ugly guy suck my wiener? If I'm gonna give him money, like, I'm gonna pick the guy.
So, anyways,
That's me, dude.
I told the guy.
But like, I'd have to have them, like, at least half of the money in my bank account first.
I had to see it in a
Yeah.
briefcase that I could hold while I'm doing it. I guess.
Yeah. Is this real?
But it's pretty audacious
Those are
to assume
IOUs.
that Brad Pitt wants you to
David,
put
David, you start
fucking
counting this
wiener in
money,
his
I'm gonna
mouth.
get to work.
He just
Oh,
hit you with
fuck,
the old
man.
Dumb and Dumber line. Those are IOUs. That's better than cash.
Chris, are you gonna make it?
Mhm.
Dude. So yeah, so Tanner, you missed the part where my boss asked me, what do I do on my lunch? He's like, what do you do on your lunch that's like so important? And I was all like, what do you mean?
Not work.
not be around you?
I told David, I was like, you know, crazy, but I eat lunch. Well, most people eat lunch on their lunch, but
Calling in orbital strike. Requesting air support.
is it the radar dish? Yeah. Let's toss.
He was like, the first book I ever read was Lone Ranger and Tonto fist fighting in heaven. And I was like, damn, that's cool. Sounds like a cool book. He's like, it is. And I was like,
Oh God, you
He's
sure
like, I read
it's not
it.
Brokeback Mountain asking all
like-
these dick sucking questions?
He was all like, I read it in senior high school. I was like, Jesus, bro. I was like, you know the first book
He's like,
I
sir,
read?
this is totally inappropriate.
I was like, you know the first book I read? And he was like, what? I was all like, Helter Skelter, 8th grade. That's the first book I read that I was actually interested in. That book scared the shit out of me.
Like Captain Underpants.
Captain.
Oh, dude, I got up here. Look at that. Fucking jumped up here.
And
Bring
okay,
that up
so
at the
this
tribal
is
council
this
meeting.
is this is what's gonna piss you guys off the most, okay? This is what pissed me off the most. He made a big deal about getting the American flags, which I have no big deal about. I support
Right.
I support the American flag for our troops. There's no disrespect
I'm on it.
ever.
Can you see that? There's nothing on mine.
Is it good?
Hang on. Wait, let me see
Hey,
it,
I
David.
didn't tell you.
Let me see it.
Oh, keep going. I think.
I'm on it.
Okay, so yeah,
Right there,
you
right
wanted
there.
to replace the flags, which I have no big deal with. You know, my grandpa was a veteran, so I'm like, okay, we'll replace the flags. And he was like, don't let the flag touch the ground, David, or I'm gonna be very mad at you. And I'm like, dude, I know not to let the flag touch the ground. Like, come on, bro.
Bro, you shouldn't be like, bro, you know I'm 30, right? Like, why are you treating me like I'm some 20-some-year-old fucking employee?
Anyways, like, so I thought he was gonna make me salute the flag and sing the Pledge of Allegiance. Like, I thought this guy carried around the Constitution in his pocket. Like, the way
Watch out for that
he's
gas, David.
the way he's just so anal about the flag, you know.
Ending in an eagle.
So he was like, oh, you know, don't drop the flag and this and that, and then we put up the flag, and we put up the flag, and I was like, hey, do you service these flags when it's like windy and rainy and snowy and all that? He was like, no, and I was like, then why are we doing? Like, why are you coming? Like, why are you?
Okay, but
Why are you going
that's not
halfway?
right.
Why are you
You
going
have to
halfway?
bring a flag in when it rains.
Let's go.
Unless you have it somewhere. And you can't leave a flag out at night, I believe, unless you have a light. There's all kinds of rules that are associated with it.
Right, dude, like all these rules, and I'm like, dude, you can't just pick and choose what you want to do. If you're gonna do the flag thing and be serious about the flag, go all in. Make sure you take
Got
down
him.
the flag personally. Make
Good
sure,
shit, dude.
make sure it's folded when it's taken down. All this shit, bro, that you're forgetting. Anyways, and then he asked me, he was like, you're American pride, right? You're American proud. And I'm like, to a certain extent here, like, yes, I do appreciate being an American citizen.
Jesus.
And, you know, I do appreciate our veterans. That's the only reason why I like America. But, like, most of the shit's all fucked up. I don't appreciate most of it.
Right.
And then he was like,
I would agree.
and he was all like, yeah, I support the troops as well. And I'm like, no, the way you're talking about it, like, you're about to call me a communist or something, bro. Like, you're trying to fucking fight communists here or something. Like,
But David, when I talk to the tribal council, you're not American enough.
you're not
to be on this
American
thing.
enough. And the horrible thing is we're both Native Americans, so I just don't get it. I'm like, dude, what are you... I just don't get him.
I'm on it.
He's like a zebra. Are you black or white stripes, or are you white with black stripes?
I don't know, I got stripes.
You put gas right there, so heads up, Janet might hit you. Nope, never mind. Oh shit!
Oh,
David,
right behind
I'm
us.
sorry.
Right behind. Get off me! Dude, I'm bleeding out, bleeding out. Oh, I'm in. I hit the EpiPen, boys.
Dude,
I
those
hit the
fucking
EpiPen.
hunters, man. I'm telling you.
What, they get stronger or what? Dude, that guy
Dude,
was on
they
top
just
of
fucking
me.
allow them way too much damage for a mid-fucking level enemy.
Dude, Tanner is taking an oil bath right now. You look like
bathing
Ben
in the blood of
Affleck from
America.
Armageddon. with Harry.
I look American.
Tell my daughter I love her.
He was like, you go home and keep pounding my daughter. I'm gonna stay here.
Dude, that's how I did that too.
Like he had a big deal about this guy going. He even
You're gonna
shot
fuck
him with
my
the
daughter.
shotgun.
I don't want to be here for it.
Dude, he shot it with the shotgun. And he's like, you know what? I don't want to do whatever you want with my daughter. I said goodbye. And, dude, I wonder if the whole world was like, dude, we need to honor Harry and make sure we have a Harry Day. No, dude, if I save the whole world, I want a whole week. I want a whole week of holiday.
I want a month of just anything related to saving the world. I want to eat at every restaurant in America for free for a whole month.
You can't though, you blew up on the fucking meter.
You have served them.
I'd come back. I'd
You
run a
come
few
back?
places.
Yeah, dude,
Like, hey,
Armageddon
remember
2.
that meteoroid? Like, yeah. That was fucking me.
I wrote
What
it
did
into
you guys-
Earth.
I survived.
Some Hollywood bullshit.
Oh, left? Oh, shit.
Tanner, did you see Louis Gabriel's comment?
I think so.
He's like, cause us natives are too stupid to think for ourselves.
I was like, nobody was saying that, dude.
So disrespectful. No, that's how the white liberals think. That's like how white liberals think. They're like, we have to make sure that these people know what's offensive.
Dude, are we getting surrounded right now?
Yeah, we are, dude. I'm done. No!
David's dead. No, he's not.
Dude, the shield's protecting me 100%.